What up, y'all? Welcome back to Rolling the Bob. I am Zach Moyer, excited to bring you some more NASCAR content. Lots of new news that came out this past today and yesterday. Excited to break it all down and give you my takes. First topic: Joe Williams, who crew chiefed Brent Moffitt last year at A&M Racing, will be the crew chief for Hannah Deegan with the team in 2024. He was also the crew chief for Deegan back in 2022 at Las Vegas. Her one-off race that she did, she finished 13th. Really impressive run. Big deal. I assume they probably have known this, and racing hopefully has known this, so it gives them plenty of time to build some chemistry between each other. They had one race, so they kind of know some of the tendencies that each other does. So excited to see these guys in action. Going to be a big year for Hannah Deegan to kind of prove that she belongs, and she is a very well capable race car driver. Next topic: Eddie DeHunt, who left Chase Elliott and Hendrick Motorsports to pursue another team. Well, that team has officially announced he'll be the spotter for Josh Berry at Stewart-Haas Racing. Big deal for Josh Berry. A very, very good big time spotter for Josh Berry to get. I think Josh Berry's spotter in Xfinity was TJ Majors, so he's getting a very well experienced crew chief. One of the best crew chiefs that NASCAR has in the NASCAR Cup Series, and I think a champion spotter. That's what I think is going to be a big year for Josh Berry. First Cup year, 31, 32, much older. When it comes to getting into the Cup Series, I think Ty Gibbs just got in the Cup Series. He's only 20. He just turned 21. So big get for Stewart-Haas, and excited to see what that looks like in 2024. Next topic, we're going to get into some Daytona Open cars. The Daytona 500 is about a month and a half away. We're getting closer and closer to the season. I think the Clash is about a month coming up. But Anthony Alfredo will drive for Bread Motorsports in the No 62 car. It's like a one-off smaller team. He'll attempt to make it the 500, and also he'll run the first Talladega race. Big get, but it'll be going to be a very capable car to get in the 500. And then also, AJ Allmendinger will drive in the No 16 car for Calling Racing. Another huge big deal. AJ Allmendinger has said that he's gonna run full Xfinity, but also run select Cup races. So this is probably one of the select Cup races he's gonna run. Going to be a huge get. I think there's a 40 car entry. So depending on how many open cars there will, there's 36 cars that are guaranteed a spot, and then 4 open. I think the 2 cars will qualify during single car qualifying, and then the other 2 will qualify during the duels. So there'll be a lot of opportunity for four cars to get into the 500. Then it comes to after Calling has a car and Bread Motorsports has a car. Other cars that right now. This is from Bob Pockrass. A lot of this stuff will be from Bob Pockrass, but he expects, I'll read it out what he said. Right now, I say 5 to 7 open cars at Daytona. The 78 at McLeod, which is for Live Fast Motorsports, BJ McLeod. The 60 for Dave Reagan, who will race for RFK Racing in the Stage 60 car. And then the 62 Alfredo, which we just announced for Bread Motorsports. And then confirmed, but not expected yet, the 84, so Jimmy Johnson could be making an attempt for the 500. He did it last year at Legacy Motors Club, and now he'll be in the Toyotas. So depending on what Toyota wants to do, I assume Johnson will attempt it. And then Ryan Herbst is trying to put a deal together right now. Ryan Herbst, last year he raced for Front Row Motorsports in the 500. I think he finished like 12th. Oh, I think he might have finished 9th. Really good run for him. And that would make it 5. So 5 entries. And then to be decided, the money team, which is like fully Live Fast, not Live Fast, the money team, number 50 car. I think that Fully Mayweather part owns. I'm not even sure how true that really is, how much he actually has a say in that team. And then also New York Racing and Y Racing, which Greg Bickfeld did a couple races for. And then also Calling, which we just announced for AJ Allmendinger will be in it. So there could be a lot of open cars, the more open cars, the better. And the more exciting that qualifying gets, and the more exciting the duels will be to see who gets into the Great American Race. So all good news. Now also, RCR, Bob Pockrass does not expect RCR to add entry or 2311. RCR I think might have had. I'm kind of surprised that they're not going to have Austin Hill in a car and a chance because he's very good super speedway racer, one of the best in the NASCAR has to offer this year, this year and beyond. But then also 2011, last year they had Travis Pastrana, so I guess no plans for that right now. Who knows? They could make an announcement, but I assume it's whatever we got now. That's probably what we're gonna get unless they make a special announcement, which could happen. We'll see. But yeah, really, really interesting stuff. I'm excited for the 500 and the season to begin. Then, another big news: Lucas Oil will have primary sponsorship for RCR again. They renewed their contract. And this is from Bob Pires. They'll sponsor Busch, but they'll also sponsor some of his grassroots stuff too. So huge get for RCR and ECR engines as well, and Kyle Busch. It'll be good for Kyle Busch to try to help fund some of his grassroots, whether that's sprint car racing or the late model series stuff he does. So a huge big deal. Kyle Busch's first win was with Lucas Oil Racing. Lucas Oil, his first ever RCR win was at our club. The Lucas Oil car was really cool. I like that, bright blue, red trim. It kind of looks like what Kyle Larson's car is, just not as much, maybe like trim with the white and red there's not as much of that out. But all are going to be excited to see the Lucas Oil car back on the number 8 of Kyle Busch's Chevrolet. Another topic, and who knows, I ain't stating a source, well, I am stating a source, but I don't know how true this is, but Kaz Grala will run full-time for RWR Racing in 2024. This is reported by Seriously Fast Motorsports on X, aka used to be Twitter. I'm not sure, this has not been announced as we're talking right now by Rick Ware or RFK or Kaz Grala himself. I'm just going off what I saw here. I went on Seriously Fast Motorsports' X page and I didn't even see it up there. So I don't know if this may be deleted by now. Who knows exactly? Because I actually had to find it. I found it I was scrolling and there's another guy I followed that copy and paste this part of it. So who knows if it's accurate or not, but if it is, this is a big deal. Also, it's not yet known which number he nor his teammate Justin Haley will run. Announcement coming soon. So there's supposed to be an announcement coming soon about this. Well, that's actually interesting too. I guess there's no confirmed number yet for Justin Haley, which he signed for a multi-year deal with RWR Racing. He was their big get. But this could be huge. I think Kaz Grala, if we look at his overall Cup Series stats, which he doesn't have many stats and many races, I think all his races were with Live Fast Motorsports in the 78 car. 7 races, 0 wins, 0 top 5s, 2 top 10s, 0 poles, led 13 laps, average finish on 21.4. So nothing there to show for or to look at. But, he lost his ride in the Xfinity Series in San Hunt Racing, but he's had good runs in the Xfinity Series. I mean, we look at his Xfinity Series stats, which we already talked about in an earlier episode. And 77 races, he has 0 wins, 7 top 5s, 19 top 10s, 0 poles, led 18 laps, average finish of 18.8. He's not a superstar. He's not top level talent yet, I don't think. But for this level, RWR Racing is trying to make a lot of strides. And I'm happy that this looks like they could have 2 full-time cars. I think that a lot of that has to do with RFK's involvement, trying to give him a lot more support, money, a little more resources to the team. I don't know what sponsor could be. It could be NerdTech, which is like one of the NerdTech.com, which is one of the main RWR sponsorships. I'm happy this is a full-time car and not some part-time car. Because in my opinion, when I talk about Cody Ware getting reinstated, I really do not want Rick Ware to think about, which is his dad, to think about putting him in the car. I think Cody Ware needs to go and start from the beginning, starting the grassroots, late model sprint car stuff, and work his way up and build some more trust in the industry before going right back to the Cup. So if this is true, this is a big get. To me, I think, a lot of people would say Kaz Grala is not deserving, but to me, I think he's deserving enough in this ride. I don't think, his stats aren't crazy, but to me, I think they're fine. He's unproven, but I think this is going to be a big get, and I'm happy to see 2 full-time hopefully we see 2 full-time RWR cars in 2024. The-race.com did a article which was from Simon Patterson. He was talking with Justin Marks, who's the owner, CEO of Trackhouse Racing. Trackhouse Racing is getting into MotoGP, which is a motorbike racing series. Really cool stuff. Really, I haven't really watched many races, but I watch highlights at times because it's really unique. Trackhouse is trying to grow this brand, right? and instead of just being a NASCAR team, the Trackhouse brand wants to be global. They want to get more other motorsports, right? And this whole article is, Justin Marks talking about how he wants to grow MotoGP and also grow the Trackhouse brand, right? And I don't know much about GP and MotoGP at all. But the main topic that came out of this is, when talking about MotoGP and how you can see the driver, right? You can see the driver. You can see them moving and turning the car, and you can see the person. It's right there. There's no roof over the dude's head over in a motorcycle, right? You can see every move that the driver's making to drive that motorcycle, right? But then when you're comparing it to, a NASCAR and how you can see the roof, this is what comparing MotoGP to NASCAR. This is what Justin Marks said. And a lot of times in car racing, you can't really watch the guy directing it. In NASCAR, we're asking people to sit and watch a race on an oval. That's 3.5 hours long. And the cars could be driven by robots. And looking from the outside, they wouldn't even know the difference. So right there, he got here, said that it looks like a robot could drive these race cars. Oh my gosh, insane. Like that to me is crazy. He's just almost saying that a robot, anyone can do this, really. Calling out, like, kind of disrespecting NASCAR drivers and thinking that anyone can do this and how simple it is and how it isn't that hard, right? But then Justin Marks clarified this, and because I guess he said what I saw was Adam Stern clip, which I'm going to throw up here. Adam Stern. When I saw this on X, it was Adam Stern. Adam Stern did a little clip from it because he read it and then posted the same thing we just read about NASCAR driver. About it looks like just robots that can do it, right? So he said they took it out of context. What he's saying, I'll read what Justin Marks said. Well, this was completely taken out of context. What I mean is that it's hard to watch the drivers do what they're so amazing at doing because they're inside of a car. Sheesh. So this gave it a little more clarification, which it all made sense, right? He's just saying that like it looks like a robot could be doing it, right? Or anyone else could be doing it, but because you don't see the driver. You don't see the driver in the car, and you can't tell how that car's handling or how hard it is or how close they are to wrecking, right? And drivers have said that these cars are so on edge, but you just don't see it because it's very small things. You don't know it. You can't feel it, right? You just see it. But all those close moments from wrecking, you just don't see because you don't see the driver, right? And it makes sense. NASCAR has onboard cameras, but most of them are facing towards the track. There's only a select few of drivers that have the driver onboard cameras where you can see the driver and see him fighting the wheel or getting loose or almost wrecking, right? So I think people took it out a little bit of context, and it makes sense. I think that's one thing that's hard for fans that watch, or casual fans or new fans. They don't give racing the same respect because they're not seeing the drivers in the car. They think if they see an onboard camera, all they see is the driver, turn the wheel a little bit. That's all, and then turn the wheel straight when they're going down a straightaway, right? They don't see how difficult that really is and how hard that one turn might have been because they don't. Because the drivers are just so good. They're very, very good. And they don't understand the different grooves that drivers run. Why are they running against the wall, right? Why are they running in the middle of the track or the middle of the turn, right? Why are they doing this? Why are they getting so close to the car, right? All these little things. And still, to me as a fan, it's still hard to explain to new fans about that and what they're actually doing. It's still hard. So I think that's one of the reasons why NASCAR also just doesn't get the same respect and why people hate on it because they just think it's cars that just turn left. But there's so much more to that. So, interesting take, but it was a little bit taken out of context, which I do agree. If you were just to read what he just said there, that, robots could do this, you would kind of get a little confused. He's almost kind of disrespecting NASCAR drivers and thinking that anyone can do this, or robots can do this. Maybe robots could do this in the next, who knows, maybe when we're all dead, they'll figure out a way that a robot could drive a car. And I don't think that's really any time close to happening. But no, interesting. It is definitely an interesting take. But I do agree with what his full context. I do understand the full context of what he's saying. It's hard for new fans to understand how hard it is to drive these race cars. But yeah, interesting stuff. That'll be a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm looking forward to maybe, I don't think I'm going to post another video this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Like and subscribe. Hopefully next week I'll have some more content. It just really, it's really random for me. It's, It's really how much news comes out, and then I'll come out. I did say I might do a ranking top paint schemes for 2024, but we'll see. There's enough news coming out. We're getting closer and closer to the season. Before you know it, I'll just run out of time to do stuff like that. So most likely that may not happen, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave down in the comments. Let me know how you think. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to talk about more. But yeah, I'm excited. I got, future plans. I got plans for how I'm going to lay out my video schedule and when I'm going to produce during the season. So I'll let you guys know that very, very soon. But besides that, hope you guys have a great Christmas again. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.